the entire NCLT issue for Binani Cement. NCLT is a very fast, moving mechanism where banks do have an option to get rid of some of their past baggages, even though it appears for the moment that Dalmia and the Bain consortium were on their way to really grab the assets of Binani Cement. Ultratech has jumped back into the race once again. So what should we expect with the Binani Cement race and other cases which are there on the NCLT table? To discuss that and to understand that, I have with me Mamta Binani, President. She represents the Institute of Company of Secretaries of India, and Mr. R.S. Luna, Managing Partner with Alliance Law. Mr. Luna, good morning to you. Thank you for joining us. Now, I just want to understand the process. The fact that there was an open bidding which was done, everybody came out with their bid. The Dalmia Bain consortium bid was higher than that of Ultratech, and Ultratech seems to be jumping back into the game once again by taking the case that, look, we want to support the non-financial creditors.
Well, you see, according to me, Ultratech and Binani, they have raised two critical issues before the NCLT. The issue raised by Ultratech is that the process for selection of bidder was not transparent and fair. And the issue raised by Binani, on the other hand, is that this petition should be allowed to be withdrawn. Now, both are very critical issues. Now, on the first issue, if, for instance, NCLT comes to this conclusion that, yes, the due process for selection of bidder was not followed, the consequence would be that this will go back to the resolution professional and the committee of creditors, which will be required to relook at these the offers made by both the bidders. But I don't think the process may go that smooth, because the Dalmia people, they might go in appeal against any such direction of the NCLT. On the other hand, the Binani's issue that the petition should be allowed to be withdrawn, that is another legal gray area, because the provisions of law do not provide for any such provision. In another case where Supreme Court had to step in, they allowed the withdrawal of petition, insolvency petition, when the creditor and the borrower, they have agreed for some settlement, but the Supreme Court exercised those extraordinary constitutional powers which is not available with any other forum. And the Supreme Court also advised the Government of India that they should frame suitable rules to take care of this kind of contingency. But the rules still have not been framed, so the situation remains as it is. So in that scenario, whatever the decision is taken by NCLT, I am quite sure that that is going to be contested, and in both these issues, ultimately the matter may go up to Supreme Court.
Mamta, what is your sense? I mean, this entire issue, what Binani is raising, that the bid should be withdrawn, you think there is a legal angle to it, and there is a, the court of law is going to support it?
Actually, in this case, the best part is it still hasn't got the approval of the Honorable NCLT. Once this approval of NCLT would have been received in this case, I think there would have been probably no looking back. But as it may be, I think there's still a scope where the Honorable NCLT could mention that please go for a rebidding. Because, anything that comes in the process of resolution has to come by way of a resolution plan, because you're already in the fag end of the entire resolution process. What I understand is the Honorable NCLT could, by using its inherent power, say that please go for a rebidding. To the COC, it may direct to go for a rebidding, wherein, again, the highest bidder, that could be Ultratech, or that could be, again, the same company who's bidded now, could again emerge as a winner. Probably that could be a way out where we are not disturbing the existing fabric of the IBC code. And we are also saying that maximization of value is the thing And by doing a rebidding, we are probably allowing the maximization to happen. In the case of Ultratech, I'm not getting into the legalities too much. But definitely, what is the best part that has emerged out is that it's paying all the stakeholders. Now, if we actually talk of maximization of value, I think Ultratech's bid is also taking care of all the operational creditors. If you see after this enactment, there's a notification which came out from the Insolvency and the Bankruptcy Board of India on the 7th of February when it said that it will be very, very important to mention that how each stakeholder is being taken care of in the plan. Now, what I understand from different readings is Ultratech is also taking care of all the operational creditors as far as each Ana Paisa is concerned. So probably in the wake of doing natural justice or justice to all the stakeholders, Honorable NCLT would think of actually making the entire process again open for rebidding, because I think we still have about a month to go to reach the penultimate day of 270th day. Now, having that 30 days in place, I think this could be probably a good solution to go for.
Mamta, do you sense that this could be a long-drawn process, because it doesn't seem like the resolution is coming in a hurry? I mean, could we actually see both the interested parties and the bidders even perhaps approach the highest court of law, the Supreme Court, eventually?
You're quite right. The entire worry is doing all this, we should not cross the 270th penultimate day, because as we understand the law, if we cross 270th day, you're inevitably going for liquidation. Now, that's the only thing that what we are watching very closely, all the people are watching very closely, how this is going to happen. But if you see, in the process, it's only said that when you have a stay in the process, only then the inherent powers of the National Company Law Tribunal or the Appellate Tribunal could actually extend the process. If there would have been a stay in the process, then that stay period gets not into the calculation of 270 days. But in this case, we haven't seen any stay. So therefore, how to go ahead with having 270 days plus in this case is something which we all have to see. I'm sure it cannot be done. But as the Honorable Supreme Court, we've seen in the previous 2-3 cases, it has invoked the Constitution of India and said that to do ultimate justice, the Supreme Court of India can invoke few provisions of the Constitution of India. So it's yet to be seen. But I still feel, and with all humility, that within the next 30 days also, if the Honorable NCLT mentions for a rebidding, this entire process can actually close. But you're also quite right that nobody is going to take it lying down. I'm sure even the other company, Dalmia Bharat, is not going to just take it the way things will actually come out. So there would be a lot of litigations around the whole thing, because what in law we understand is once the bid value is open, it's very easy for any other person to actually give a bid above that and say that it now belongs to me. So, but we are seeing in the entire IBC process that this is happening time and again. So what we understand by all guidelines of bidding, that the rule of the games doesn't change when the game opens. Now, what do we understand by that? In this process, the game opens when the bidding starts. All the financial bids comes in very, very closed envelopes. The bids are opened in front of the camera, which I just mean there's no process laid down. But what I'm saying is this, that it's opened in a very, very transparent manner.
Right. Mr. Luna, do you sense that there could be similar hurdles and aggressive bidding wars for some of the other steel companies? I mean, there's SR Steel, for which the bidders are ArcelorMittal as well as New Metal, and we're talking about a very high bid amount of 40,000 crore rupees here. There's Bhushan Steel, wherein again Tata Steel and JSW are in the fray, the bid amount being 35,000. There's Electro Steel as well, wherein again Tatas and Vedanta are the bidders here, about 5,100 crore rupees. Do you sense there could be similar hurdles in the path of these companies too?
So as we see from the newspaper reports that there are issues, for instance, in case of SR Steel, there is an issue that both the bidders, they are probably not qualified, and the problem is that how to take care of that situation. And now, as I understand from the again reports, that the rebidding process is likely to be initiated, and in that process The earlier three bidders like Tata Steel, Nippon, and one more company, they had shown the expression of interest, and they might be allowed to give their bids. But there again the point will be that if this ArcelorMittal and the other bidder, that is New Metal, they are allowed to make the bidding, the disqualification which they have incurred as of now, and they try to remove that kind of disqualification. Let us say in case of New Metal, the trust, that is Aurora Trust, which is controlled by the SR Ruya people, that disposes of the entire shareholding in the New Metal. There is a possibility that the New Metal might become eligible to bid. But so far as ArcelorMittal is concerned, I'm not sure that whether they will be able to get out of that problem so easily, because ArcelorMittal being promoters, they were the promoters of two NPA companies, and disassociation from them, whether that will serve the purpose, because under law there is no such provision that you can disassociate and make the bidding, and that is the reason they have been disqualified. And even if now they come back with some other,
we could just leave it there. We're just running completely out of time. It's 10:15, and Kunal's waiting for his technical ideas as well. But I think point well taken. There is a twist in the tail, and just when we thought that the NCLT process is going to be very, very smooth, and it's just going to be error-free completely, and there would be no back and forth action between all the interested, for all the assets between a group of interested parties. I think we were wrong. But if things move in the right direction, it will be settled before the deadline, provided there is provided Ultratech and Binani and Dalmia Bharat and the Bain Consortium, they agree to some kind of an renegotiation.